Hi there, come on in. I'm Fred Trost, and I have a whole host of fishermen here that have come with me over to Lake St Clair on the Canadian side. Right, what's your name?
My name's Mark Weekly.
And where are you from, Mark?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio.
You are, and you came up here to try out this fishing in Lake St Clair. You got yourself a nice walleye.
Sure did. Really enjoyed every bit of it, too.
Okay, we had some pretty good times. You guys all from the, what, Sizzler Lure Company?
Right. Ross Chair, Wasion, Ohio.
Okay, very good. Let's see these walleye. You
Beautiful.
catch some good ones down in Lake Erie.
Oh, they're great.
But these are pretty decent.
Gene Gauthier from the Great Lakes Lure Company.
Okay.
Sizzler. We make the Sizzler.
What were these caught on?
These are caught on the Sizzler, well, of course.
Were they?
You better believe it.
Okay, terrific. What about you fellas here?
From Midwest Marine St. Clair Shores.
Okay, and you came over here to the Canadian side, snuck across the border here. Got some nice walleye, eh?
Sure did. Sure
Okay.
enjoyed it.
We had a real good day down here, and how'd you do?
I did all right. I caught one big muskie and a
What?
few little great eating walleye.
Your little walleye. Well, I tell you what, that one big muskie made a real story for us. Here are the captains. Roy Aldis's fishing team, Nick, the big muskie fisherman, Dan, Roy, and Dave. Okay, now, you guys are going to tell us about muskie fishing, right?
Right,
That's the big glamour fish up here.
right.
Okay, we're going to be going muskie fishing with this fishing team, with all these fellas. In just a moment, you'll hear all about it because it's Thursday night and time for Michigan Outdoors.
From the rugged shore and woodlands of the north, its history of copper mines and iron ore, the Great Lakes fisheries. To the farmlands of the southern counties, we'll look around again at all that waits the sportsman in the state of Michigan. And sometimes when the moon brings out the diamonds in the snow, and the stillness of the forest lies encased in Arctic cold, the wind might whisper through the trees, listen if you can, it tells you of the beauty in this state of Michigan.
Well, to catch big fish, you got to use big lures, big rods, and have a good guide, huh, Roy?
That's right. That's the name of the game.
Okay, I'm here with Captain Roy Aldis off of the Thames River here in Ontario, fishing Lake St Clair. Roy, we're fishing for muskies.
Right.
The granddaddy of these freshwater fish. These are the lures you use. They're all the same. They're the believers.
Right.
How come?
Believers are probably one of the top producing musky lures made, and we got to stick with what catches fish. So
Now this rod, how long is this?
that's a 10-foot rod.
10-foot, very stiff rod, specially made.
Right. It has to be stiff so that when the fish grabs it, it sets the hook. If it's limp, he doesn't set the hook in it.
Okay, now let's see. Putting this on, you're not
first
even
eye.
using a wire leader.
No, if you use wire, fish can see it, and you can't fool them. The big fish didn't get big from being stupid. So
I see, okay. What pound test is this monofilament?
that's the 80-pound test mono.
Okay, now do you put this in the top or the bottom?
First eye.
First eye, right there.
Right.
Put it through like so. Okay. Now we have how heavy is this sinker? That's
It's
quite
10
a sinker.
ounces.
10-ounce sinker. And we'll just drop it overboard.
Okay.
Now let's get a look at this believer in the water. Well, it digs right down, sort of like a tadpolly or a flatfish, something like that. And that attracts the muskies. How fast are we trolling here, Roy?
We're trolling about 5.5 to 6 miles an hour.
Boy, it's scooting right along. Okay, how much line do I let out?
Let out about 10 feet of that one, 10 to 12 feet. That should be
That's
right
enough?
there. That's enough. They
How-
come right close to the boat.
The muskies come right up to the back.
Clamp right there.
Okay, there we go. Now, the stubby little rod. What is this for?
That's a down rod. This
Yeah?
is the lure runs the closest to the boat.
How close?
Right, even with the propeller, almost the same depth, right beside it.
That's right, muskies, they tell me. I've never caught a muskie on purpose. I caught one by accident once, a small one while I was fishing for bass in an inland lake, but not on purpose. Okay, we're going to drop this down.
You only let about 5 feet of line. That's
5
it.
feet of line.
And that goes right here.
That's it. And it goes up there, so this
Right.
is running even with the back of the boat.
That's right. It runs about even right with the back of the boat, right where the propeller is.
Get in there. There we go.
There you go.
How come the rods we have set are all perpendicular?
Well,
You know.
you've got the boat's about 11 feet wide, and you want to cover a wide area, so you use 12-foot rods and 10-foot rods and space them all out so they don't get tangled.
Well, when we were walleye fishing, they were tipped up a little more.
Right.
weren't they?
Well, when the lines run level with the water, when the fish grab the lure, it gets a straight pull, and it hooks them better. If you put your rod tips up in the air, when the fish grabs it, the hooks pull up in the air, and it doesn't get all the hooks. So
Okay.
straighter you run them, the better it is.
Well, we got our line set, Roy. What's going to happen when a muskie hits? Are we going to hear anything or see anything or what?
Yes, the rods will bend right back, and we'll have to, say we get a fish on the 12-foot rod there, we'll clear all the rods out of the holders, and we'll circle to whatever side the fish is on. And we just keep circling, and as we circle, we'll bring the line in until we get the fish close to the boat, and hopefully we net it.
Do we slow the boat down?
No, we keep the boat running all the time. You don't want to give the fish any slack at all.
Okay, so keep it tight. Well, you got some electronic gear down here. Go ahead and show me this stuff. See if we have any muskies on the graph. Okay, look at that. Is that a muskie?
That's a muskie, yes. It's about 12 feet under the boat.
12 feet down, but our lures are high.
Right. Muskies are always looking up, and they'll come up at it.
Oh, is that another muskie right there?
There's another one right there. There's a pair of them. They always run in pairs.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
Okay, we're scanning right under the boat.
Right under the boat, yes.
What are we in about how deep of water?
We're in about 18 feet of water.
Okay, trolling at 6 miles an hour, marking muskies on the graph.
Right.
You have a piece of equipment here that's it's a good chunk of money.
Right, it's Lorenz C. It's made by Data Marine. It's for a navigational.
Okay, show me how this works. I've heard about these.
So if we push destination 1 and enter it, it'll give us the compass reading to where we want to go, and it'll tell you exactly how far you're away.
Okay, destination 1 is what?
Destination 1 is the marker. So
mark it back at the harbor?
At the Thames River. So we got to go 158 degrees, and it's 4.3 miles, nautical miles away. So that's 4 miles and 600 feet. And there's an alarm system built in. When you get within 50 feet of your spot, it'll beep and tell you that you're already there.
So that'll take us right back. If we were in the fog, we could get back.
Within 50 feet. When you get to the marker, then you could put destination 2, and it'll take you right in between the 2 markers, take you right into shore.
Now, what about if we get into some fish here, and you want to remember where the spot is?
All you have to do is, if you want to mark the spot, if we catch a muskie here and you want to come back within 50 feet, you just put, say, destination 8, clear, enter, and the spot's automatically marked, and it should beep right now and say we're already here because I just entered it.
Okay, so right now this is programmed to memorize.
Right now the spot we're on.
This spot, okay,
there
right here.
Right here, we're on 0, we're already here. So when we get 4 or 5 miles away from here where we caught the fish and you're not sure where you were, you just push destination 8.
Push 8.
It'll take us back within 50 feet.
Right at this spot that we just marked it.
Exactly, guaranteed.
What about tomorrow?
Doesn't matter. Anytime, next year, anywhere at all.
You could find this spot as long as you leave it programmed there. That is phenomenal.
Guaranteed within 50 feet.
Okay, well, let's get out here and wait for some of these muskies. Boy, electronically, Roy, we've got them licked. Now, the question is, can we catch them?
That's right. That's what we're going to try to do.
Muskie fishing is a lot of anticipation, but aside from checking the lures now and then for weeds, there's not much you can do to encourage a strike except troll through good muskie waters where you mark them on the graph. Some days you'll get several strikes, others you won't get any. 2 out of 4 of Roy Aldis's boats landed muskie this afternoon, not ours, but back at the dock we all got to admire the trophies. Well, this is what they look like, Captain Roy. Right here. Muskie, how big would you say this is?
That's about 12, 13 pounds.
Okay, well, that was a nice fish. Captain Dave Hill, you're the guy who brought it in for, what was your name?
Jack Kennedy.
Jack Kennedy, from where?
Mount Clemens, Michigan.
Okay, you go muskie fishing a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Oh, sure. First time.
Well, that's great. That's great. How long did it take you to pull it in?
20 minutes.
Was it that
5. Thanks.
Well, it seemed like 20, anyway. Exactly. Now, we were there with the cameras. We pulled up and got a few shots of you getting it in the net. What do you think about muskie fishing?
Fun. Yeah.
Doesn't bother you that it takes all afternoon just to get one hit?
No.
Okay, well, that's a terrific fish.
I mean all day.
All day, yeah. That's about it. Okay, well, we're going to move down. This was a great fish, about 12, 13 pounds, but here's the big one that we saw. Lift it right up there. Your name is Bill?
Yes, Bill.
Bill who?
Happick.
From where?
Orlando, Florida.
And you're up here trying our fishing up here.
I love muskie fishing.
You do you?
Sure.
Have you gone before?
About the past 4 years.
And is this the biggest muskie you've ever gotten?
Biggest one.
How much does that weigh, Captain Dan?
Oh, pretty close to 20.
You know, we got to talk about this. Roy, come up here. Have you trained Captain Dan on netting fish?
I don't know. We got a good picture of it, though. We'll have to look at it.
Did we get a good picture?
He was nervous.
It had to have been the camera.
It had to be? What was going on there? We saw that huge muskie. We thought, great.
I asked him to back up, and he said he couldn't get any more lining on me. He said, I just can't get any more line for you. And I said, you got to give me more line. I can't reach him. He said, I can. He just looked at me. He said, I can't. I said, I'm going to take a stab at him then. And I took a stab at him.
You know what we were saying in our boat?
Yeah, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. But I'll tell you, it only matters when it's in that catcher's mitt, man.
That's right.
How it gets in there, and it was in the boat.
Well, that's a beautiful fish.
You did a good job bringing it in.
Sure did. You've probably fished for a lot of types of fish in Florida.
Yeah, bass, little ocean fishing.
How does this stack up to muskie fishing?
I like the fight of the muskie the best. Yeah.
And when it hit, what happened when it hit?
I was sleeping.
Oh, you were sleeping?
Nobody else wanted to grab the rod, so
Nobody
they
wanted the
left
rod.
it up to me.
I had to tell him, will somebody take the rod?
So you took
Actually, I didn't catch it. It just jumped in the boat.
Yeah, well, we know different. That fish had a hard time jumping in the boat.
Yeah,
well,
he gave us a hard time. He did.
Yeah, well, that's a great fish.
He
Great,
took a lot of line out.
Great Lakes muskie here from off the Thames River. We weren't too far offshore, Roy.
No, we're pretty close, about 1.5 miles out, 2 miles out from where we parked the boats.
Great trolling, but you know, we snuck over here, Michigan Outdoors, snuck over here to the Canadian side to see what that's like, but I'm going to show you guys some shots of some fish we catch in Michigan in our trophy report, coming up right now.